Hey, good morning, guys. BATJAC J.W. here, and you're tuned in. Yes, it is Saturday morning. That's when you're tuned in. Well, maybe some of us tune in later. Saturday evening, afternoon, could be. Maybe it's not even Saturday. Maybe you just kind of stumbled across this video. Or maybe you're a subscriber, you're a new subscriber, and this new video popped up on the feed. You're wondering, what am I watching now? I thought we were watching something about a revolver. But yeah, it's kind of what the channel got kind of known for, was a lot of the old school revolvers and stuff like that, which is near and dear to the heart for me because that's my interest in a lot of stuff. Older guns, classic stuff, and usually I'm always associated with some kind of movie that I watched when I was just a youngster. And growing up with those kind of stuff, just Dirty Harry, you name it, and that something has to do with something like that. Coffee in the morning is always a good combination. We got a video coming up for next week. I know I've been kind of a little lax or haven't gotten to the throwback videos. This one is I've never even heard of this magazine, by the way. It's called Gun World. This is from 1980, December. Somebody actually mentioned me if I could find one from 1999. I've actually been looking. I haven't found one yet. But this one I found, and what caught my eye was the Walther PPK on there. That caught my eye. A lot of it was, I was kind of looking through it. A lot of it is in black and white. But then there's some color photos in it. But interesting, kind of an interesting magazine with some interesting things. I always found that these magazines, you look back at this time, where a lot of this was so geared towards just a hobby type thing before it became this thing that it's almost become now, which I'm not the biggest fan of. And I know what you're probably thinking. What are you talking about, BATJAC? A lot of it is turned so much into the macho-ness, or that macho attitude of it, and that I got a gun, and and that part of that part of the gun thing doesn't appeal to me at all. In fact, it really turns me off from it all. I'm just like, oh man, the whole demeanor and attitude towards that is just not something I'm interested in at all. It turns me off from it, and it makes me just go, I think I'm just gonna go watch, something else, or go do something else, or go play chess or something. It just, ugh. And this kind of goes to a question that I got, and that was the other thing with the last radio show. Last time I saw you guys, and we were together here for this Saturday morning. Mad Murphy actually asked a question, and he says, "Are you ever going to talk about your job? What is it that you do?" I can't really go into detail on my job, what I do to respect the company's policies and things like that, but I have been working with the gun stuff for 8 years now, or something like that. It's been a long time. I started off, working at the gun counters at big box stores, and that was really my first, cutting my teeth in this industry, and thinking, this is pretty cool. I enjoy this. It's a hobby of mine, and mind you, that's it. For old BATJAC J.W., it's a hobby. This kind of stuff, having guns, playing with guns, shooting guns, it's just merely a hobby. That's the extent that it goes with me. That, and just the love for what it shows up in a movie or something that I like Dirty Harry's 44 Magnum, the Model 29. It's just something about that in that movie. But that's it. But I've been working the gun counters and gun shops for quite some time, jumping around from here to there and experiencing different ones, and then of course being out here in Arizona, getting to experience certain ones, and kind of, there was one I was really turned off by. Really, I just felt like, wow, this place is really definitely not the place I would want to continue my employment. and I've left jobs like that. I've just all in all left it. And actually, at one time, I did have a job that was totally not gun related. That I actually was working as just doing receiving stuff for a big, huge box store, and enjoyed that quite a bit. Actually, would have liked to have stayed, but the just things about it, I usually don't just I, the how would you put this, the immature level of working around people that are, you know, in that realm. Without, like, I don't want to bash anybody or go out of my way to talk bad about somebody or something, but I just can't. I can't do that. I'm when it to me when a company pays you to work for them, they're paying you to be a professional, to care about your job and care about, you know, the products and things of the job, and make the company money, because ultimately they need to make money. They need to make money, and that's what pays you. Every paycheck that you collect, they're paying you good money. And you need to care about your job, and that's where I'm at. I care about my job. I care about the fact that the company makes money because I get a good paycheck every payday. So anyway, that's where I stand on a lot of that. So let's get to some shout outs here. I got Bob Hartman, and he says he's still rocking my JW grips that I made for him. And that's awesome, because what Bob has got actually are grips that I made when I was in Hawaii. And more and more I think about Hawaii and everything. The more and more it's like it's my home. It really is. Even though Arizona has been really good to me, and I really like Arizona. There's a lot of really good, cool things out here, and a lot of things I'm getting to do. But there's a lot that kind of reels back towards Hawaii because it's my home, especially right now. During this time, there's actually a hurricane threat and everything like that for back home, and it really makes me feel, at times like this, it makes me feel like I need to be there so much more than ever, because of my friends, my family. I'm really, really close to my mom, and she's back there, and she's having a hard time right now with a lot of things. So that's the kind of stuff that really, and the way it is for me, that for my mom, and she's the world to me. I would drop everything in a drop of a hat, and I will go back if she needs me. That's just me. That's just how it is. I don't care what it takes. I will get rid of everything and anything and get back and help her out if she needs me. And that's just the way it is. That's family. And that's real family. That's not just some, I don't know. We won't even talk about that. So that's that's where we go with that. But yeah, right now, everybody back in Hawaii is, on alert for the hurricane thing and all that. So I wish them all well. I hope everything is okay. Like I said, it's times like this I really wish I was there, because I know that it's important for me to be there. And there's so much now I look back, and there's so much more I appreciate about Hawaii. And maybe sometimes it is that old saying, you have to leave for a while to appreciate what you have, and then go back to it. And you may have a different approach to it. So I got Baron K, Mr. Holster. Mr. Holster said I should get one of those Mac 10, Mac 11. I don't know. What was it? What was that he used in McHugh? John Wayne. He says, Lon, it's not licensed. He says, Jack, neither am I. And he just shoves that thing into his satchel and takes off with it. I got 454 Packer and Scott F., which Scott F. actually, he left a great comment. And he says, life is short and it's one hell of a ride. So live it up, and you better be happy. That's right. That's some good pointers right there, because my quote here on the channel has always been, you gotta live, you gotta laugh. Life is too short. Why are you so serious? And that kind of goes back towards like, throughout my job, throughout working the gun counter, I've actually met people that come up to that gun counter, and now some of them are armed. Some of them actually, they have a gun on them, and they get irate and they raise their voice, they get angry, and I'm like, and it kind of way it thinks, for me, it's like, it kind of worries me because of their temperament, and they have a gun. And also, when I go to a gun shop or a gun range or something like that, where I'm supposed to have fun. That's the whole point of going. Like, I'm not gonna go to a gun show and be upset because why? It's supposed to be fun. That's what I'm gonna do with my weekend, or that's what I'm gonna do with my day off. I'm gonna go to a gun show. I'm gonna check out what they got. Yay! All right, it's like taking your kids to Disneyland, and your kids are like, "Ugh, I don't want to go see Mickey Mouse." It just doesn't make sense to me. So I think it goes back to that quote, because life is short, yeah, and you gotta live and you gotta laugh and you gotta be happy. Um, what part of that got lost? So that's where, yeah, so for me, that's I'm always trying to be in that sense. I always try to be happy. I'll wake up every morning and just say, hey, I'm alive. I'm alive and breathing. That's a great start right there. So let's live it up for the next hours until I lay me down to sleep, kind of thing. That's how I look at life, because every day is a blessing to be alive, and you should take it that way, because you go to bed, you just I mean, yes, we take it for granted a lot of times that we're going to wake up. I hate to sound like that, but it's so true. E.B. Saint and Russ Elder actually has a question. And he says, if you had one choice to pick a handgun for when the just all out fails, like stuff is hit the fan and we're in full blown, what are we going to do? We are survival mode. I like to call it the Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome times. Because I just love film. I love movies. So, uh, full on, full blown Mad Max Road Warrior situation, what would you choose? What handgun would you choose? Now, if I had to think about it in a perspective of that, not a collector, not somebody that's obsessed with a movie that just has to have it because of the movie, thinking about it in that sense, I know, and a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I'll tell you my reasons for this. It would probably be a Glock of some sort, or a Glock of 9mm, either the 17 or something like that. Why? Because there's a lot of them out there. 9mm ammunition is probably one of the most popular handgun cartridges out there. So it's going to be plentiful everywhere. Most law enforcement agencies use Glocks, so magazines, parts are going to be readily available everywhere. The fact that that thing is like a Lego gun, that you can literally pick up other magazines and put them into that thing and rock it and go, means a lot. Means a lot. That thing is a complete erector set. I mean, you can just attach stuff to it and go. You can take slides right off of one and throw it on there. If I had a 17 and somebody had a 22, but the frame is broken, I can take the slide right off of that 22, slam it on my 17 frame, and rock 40 caliber right there. There's something to be said about that. And then the fact that they're so widely, everybody's got one. They're so common. They're everywhere. So that's what I would pick, just merely for that simple fact right there. Not everybody may have that other gun that I'm sure is better, or runs better, or has this much capability or that. But think about what is the majority of parts and guns you're going to run into, and ammo you're going to run into out there. So something like that. It's like it's just the way that I was trying to think of a metaphor or something else to throw in there to kind of like show you an example, but I can't think of one. But I'm sure there's plenty of them. Everybody leaves them in the comments, right? All right, and Darren Baggs 6 Gun, he has been with me. Darren Baggs 6 Gun has been a subscriber to this channel for a long, long time. In fact, he sent me this Hondo poster many, many moons ago. I had received this Hondo poster, and it has been with me, and I've had it up on a wall many times. Back when I was doing my daily vlogs in Hawaii, I had this poster up in the background of every intro and outro so many times, and it's traveled all the way out here with me, and be it May, wherever I go, it's going to travel back with me to the islands, and that's where it's such a cool poster. I really like it. It's awesome. So that's I got Muzzle First, Edward Petty, Joe P. Good morning, Joe. How are you doing? Actually, I've been meaning to do some stuff with. Let's see. This is a cool pen that I just dropped on the ground. This is a really neat pen I got from a friend of mine out here that I've met actually quite a few people out here from Hawaii or has some kind of connection with Hawaii like I do. And this pen came from a guy that does have a connection to Hawaii, and he's actually a cop, a police officer, and for the Pima County up in Green Valley. And he makes these, has these made up, and he gives them to me as gifts, and I have 4 of them, and also some other trinkets and gifts from him. And him and I have a really good relationship there. Yeah, he's really a neat guy that comes into my job and uses our facilities and stuff. So really cool. So he gave me those, and they write really well. I love the way it writes and everything. It's above. Here I'm trying to sell you a pen, right? Anyway, Bernard Flood, the real Cobra Burnout. That's the real one, not the fake Cobra Burnout. 3 Wolves 4570, disposable 762, and Stephen K. Because I don't know how to pronounce your last name, Stephen. I do apologize. So, but anyway, disposable 762. He's another one that's been a subscriber. Him and I have been subscribed to each other's channels for probably since when I first started doing this. He's a really good guy, and I feel like I feel like, wow, he really is such an underrated channel because he's so funny. The guy really is funny. He does a lot of funny little gigs and gags, and he's got some T-shirts and phone covers and stickers and stuff on his he's got a website going with all that. He's been advertising it sometimes on his videos, and it's kind of neat that I look at the YouTube community here, and I kind of see a lot of us that have come up, and some people that back when I started this channel are no longer around, sadly. Some of them disappear, and some of them disappear without any trace. And we kind of, it's sad because you hope they're all right. Some people have disappeared, and some people have literally said they in the video that, hey, this is gonna be my last video. I'm not gonna do this anymore, and it really does take some dedication. Coming up next year, I mean, we just had 4 years of doing this, and coming up next year will be 5 years. It's just crazy how time does fly, and it does. It takes some hardcore dedication to keep this going and keep wanting to produce videos and keep doing this. And I was very fortunate that my channel kept growing, and I'm very fortunate and blessed that every day, every hour, I'm getting new subscribers, and it's really amazing because just really didn't think that was going to happen. But still, bottom line, it's still a very small channel along with a whole slew of my friends that have been doing their thing. Like the Gun Enthusiast has been a subscriber. The Gun Enthusiast and myself, we subscribed and started our channels almost identical times. So people like that, and Uzi 9mm, he's done his channel, and he's been off and on a little bit. Gun Enthusiast actually just returned after a pretty long hiatus there, so it was good to see him back up and making a video with his German Shepherd. That was really cool. There's some, and then there's some guys that really, they kind of just dropped off, and I wish I knew what happened. But another channel that I really enjoy was My Hollow Point, and My Hollow Point actually did state that he was going to stop and discontinue making his videos and stuff like that. But really enjoyed his channel. Like Disposable 762, anyway, he's doing a giveaway, hair popping giveaway. It's actually really funny, the video, but I talked about it last time. Anyway, it's still going, and and then I've received a lot of cool stuff. The Crazy Scotsman has sent me some really awesome things, and I've been, for me, I've been wanting to send out stuff myself to get it out there to certain people, but it has really been difficult with work and everything. And I tell you, I get done with work, and it's just, I get home and I'm like, I'm done. I just want to just relax and kick my feet up, but I need to get going and get some stuff, worked out, and eventually get things sent off and whatnot. I know there's a lot of people that wanted some things, and I made it a point to, put them out there. So I'll try to get them done. I'm sorry. It's been so long since, a lot of that stuff, since the 10K giveaway that a lot of you guys have got me to, and I appreciate it. And I've not forgotten about you. It's just the time. Recent video, I talked about the replica. This is my World War II 1911 replica gun that I spray painted and did the aging to it and all that. This is the Inland, and again, like, I'm pretty happy with it. I like it. I'm not dissatisfied or anything like that with it. But I do believe. I mean, I will, without a doubt, I will say it. I'm not afraid to say it that I think their stuff is way too expensive. I really like their shotgun, that Ithaca 37 shotgun. I think it's really cool and really nice, but I think it's very overpriced, very expensive. You're talking like $1,200-$1,300. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, and for me, doing this kind of stuff has not been easy. And that's always the thing is I always get this. Always, hey, are you gonna do a video on this? Are you gonna do a video on that? I've done so many videos, and hence the title of this Saturday morning. I've done over 700 published out videos on this channel. There's so much of the stuff that I've already done that I get frequent questions about. Hey, are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? I have done it. I have. And a lot of times what I'll try to do is I'll try to locate a video that's what they're asking about, and I'll try to post a link to it, to their response. But I get so many messages now every day. It's really hard to keep up with a lot of it. And I know that I know who you guys are that have been there and always are commenting and everything. I always got the usual people, and I thank you. I thank you a great deal. And then then there's always the trolls, the people that just want to leave negative comments just to leave them and just to barrage you with negativity. I kind of like my favorite CD by Justin Moore. He says the album is called "I Kind of Don't Care." So that's the way that goes. And you know what? With this YouTube game and how it works, I mean, my best advice to anybody that wants to start doing a YouTube channel, you know what? You know how you know when you're successful? You get people that are leaving you nasty comments and disliking your videos. Then you know you're making it, because then you're reaching people. And most of the time, it's just people that are jealous of the success of what you got. So they wish they had something that was as successful as what you did. Usually that's the case. It's just the nature of the game. But I owe what little success in this small channel and what it's done, and I owe it to a lot of the good people that have subscribed and have been here and stayed with me. I really do. It's so amazing to have you guys as subscribers and keep supporting the channel. I'm just a small, tiny little channel right here on YouTube. We'll barely get 100 views on a video. So it's really, that's it. But I do it because it's entertaining. I bring the entertainment here, and I love making stuff for you guys and showing you guys and sharing things with y'all. So, and those of you, if you have not subscribed to or checked out my Patreon page, please do so. Content there is absolutely free. There's a lot of you that do support me. I appreciate it because it helps out, helps keep things going like that. So, and always, usually I'll do a video over there that's sometimes exclusive to Patreon and sometimes just an early release prior to this channel. Like some of you actually have seen this video already this Saturday morning before Saturday morning. So, anyway, like, share, and subscribe. I'm BATJAC J.W. I'm going to get out of here. And again, thank you all that have subscribed. And so if you got any questions for me, leave them down below in the comments. We'll write them down and we'll see if we can go over them next time on this